Ours is go to better school than the one I went to.
No games out tonight?
No. I was going to say, why don't y'all sit up closer?
And we do have a quorum. We'll call the meeting order. First items on the agenda tonight are the invocation by Councilman Thornhill, and then we'll pledge to the American and Texas flags, and that'll be led tonight by Boy Scout Troop number 62. So if you will, stand and join us.
If you would, bow your heads and feel free to join me as I repeat the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Troop 62, if y'all would like to come down and line the front here, and we'll follow you in the pledge. Both pledges. It's an honor to have y'all here tonight and lead us in the pledges, and we appreciate your coming.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Thank Thank you, gentlemen, very much. We appreciate it greatly. Thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause. Next item on the agenda is a public hearing. Item number 1, consideration of an ordinance for a zone change request from single-family residential R7.5 to Old Town Mixed Use 1 on a 0.17 acre tract located at 326 North Hatcher Avenue, further identified as Lot 1 of the Rawlings Addition as requested by Christy and Jerry Steed, property owners. This property is located on the east side of Hatcher Avenue between College Street and Walter Street. The property is currently zoned single-family residential R-7.5. The majority of properties on this block are zoned Old Town Mixed Use 1, and the remainder being single-family residential R.75. It is directly across the street from College Elementary School. That the tract is currently occupied by single-family residents. The change in zoning is in compliance with the Old Town Master Plan, and staff is in favor of this request. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted 7-0 in favor of zone change request at the January 5th, 2010 meeting. Recommendation of staff is that the council approve the proposed ordinance amending the Louisville City Code as set forth in the caption above. I do have a card here filled out by Christy Steed. She is here in support of this and here available to answer any questions if anyone has any.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Tierney to close the public hearing, a second by Councilman Durham. All in favor?
Aye.
Councilman Tierney?
I have no problems, Mayor. I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilman Tierney, a second by Councilman Thornhill. Councilor?
Okay, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, that amends the zoning ordinance of the city, granting zoning changes on the 0.17 acre tract of land, fully and completely described in the attached Exhibit A, ordering a change in the use of said property from single-family residential R7.5 district zoning to Old Town Mixed Use 1 district zoning, correcting the official zoning map, preserving all other portions of the zoning ordinance, providing a clause relating to severability, determining that the public interests and general welfare demand a zoning change and amendment therein made, providing a penalty, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2 is a public hearing, consideration of ordinance for a zone change request from single-family residential R7.5 to Old Town Mixed Use 2 on a .24 acre tract located at 522 Edna Avenue, further identified as Lot 7, Block 4 of the O.B. Dick Addition, as requested by Christy and Jerry Steed, the property owners. The change in zoning is in compliance with Old Town Master Plan, and staff is in favor of this request. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted 7-0 in favor of the zone change request at the January 5th, 2010 meeting. Recommendation of staff is that council approve the proposed ordinance amending the Louisville City Code as set forth in the caption above. Councilman Thornhill?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll move to close the public hearing.
We also do have a card filled out once again by Christy Steeds here to answer any questions you might have. We have a motion to close the public hearing by Councilman Thornhill, second by Councilman Tierney. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Councilman Watts?
I have nothing to add unless anyone has any questions. Hearing none, move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilman Watts, a second by Councilman Grena. Councilor?
Okay, the caption of this ordinance is exactly the same as the last one that I read, except it's a 0.24 acre tract of land, and it's being zoned Old Town Mixed Use 2.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. At this time, we're going to convene into executive session, but before we do, want to recognize the special group here tonight. We've already recognized Troop 62, our Boy Scout Troop number 62, as special guests. We also have with us another group of special guests here tonight, and it's our Leadership Louisville program. If you would, just stand and be recognized. Let everyone see. that you're here in the Leadership Louisville program. I want to thank all y'all for coming. This great program that you're in. I went through it many years ago. It's a wonderful program. I encourage you to stay involved in your chamber. It's an integral part here in our community. We thank you again for coming. With that, we will convene into executive section in accordance with Texas Government Code, Subchapter D, Section 551.072, Real Estate Property Acquisition.
I think we need to.
We'll convene us back into regular session. And next item on the agenda is our visitor citizen forum. At this time, any person with business before the council not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the council. No formal action can be taken on these items at this meeting. No one filled out a card. I do not have any cards. Okay. Next item is item E, consent agenda. All the following items on the consent agenda are considered to be self-explanatory by the council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or citizen so requests. For a citizen to request removal of an item, a speaker card must be filled out and submitted to the city secretary. I do not have any cards filled out. Councilman Grena?
Move to approve.
I have a motion by Councilman Grena to approve the consent agenda, a second by Councilman Durham. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10 is consideration of an ordinance amending the Louisville City Code, Section 15-35, adding new language and adding one section, 15-35.3, to establish the maximum speed limit in Louisville Railroad Park at 20 miles per hour. Louisville Railroad Park is nearing completion, and a 20-mile-per-hour temporary speed limit has been posted to enhance safety within the park. An amendment to the city code is required to make speed limits enforceable within the park. Therefore, staff has prepared an ordinance establishing a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit for all roadways within Louisville Railroad Park. For recommendation is that the City Council adopt a proposed ordinance establishing a 20-mile-per-hour maximum speed limit within Louisville Railroad Park. Councilman Durham?
Mayor, this has been a long time coming. We've been working on this for a pretty good while.
Yeah.
But with that, if nobody has anything else, move to approve.
Second.
I've got a question real quick. Just back in the backup, it says 20-mile-an-hour speed limit for all roadways except for Kingfisher. But the ordinance doesn't read that, so I didn't know if that was a
That
problem.
relates to Lake Park.
Or-
Yeah, Kingfisher. I think that is a reference to what exists
Okay.
at Lake Park.
Okay, then I'll take back, okay. I'll follow you.
Okay, we had a motion by Councilman Durham, a second by Councilman Grena.
Okay, I'll read the caption. This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, amending Chapter 15, Section 15-35 of the Louisville City Code by providing new language and adopting one new section, 15-35.3, establishing the maximum speed limit in Louisville Railroad Park, providing a penalty clause, providing for severability, providing a repealer, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 11 is consideration of acceptance of a report from the 2009-2010 Charter Review Commission and provide direction to city staff. The 2009-2010 Charter Review Commission has concluded its meeting and is ready to make its recommendations to the City Council. The final report of the Commission has been prepared and submitted to the Council for review. Under state law provisions, there must be 2 full years between elections. The city's last charter election was held on September 11, 2004. The May uniform election date for 2010 is Saturday, May 8, 2010. The recommendation is that the City Council accept the report from the 2009-2010 Charter Review Commission and provide direction to city staff. I do have a card here filled out by the chairman of the commission who was elected. Chairperson is Jeff Peltier. Jeff, I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to say or if you just want to come forward to speak or if you just were here for questions. Okay, first off, I want to thank you and your commission for all the work they did. I thought you did a great job. You worked with staff well. We appreciate all your work you did and the meetings that you held. We're in the middle of the day, and we appreciate all of you taking time off from your jobs and stepping forward, and all the citizens here appreciate you citizens stepping forward and helping us out. We thank you very much for it. Councilman Durham.
Mayor, again, I would like to thank the commission for the work they did on this. I don't have any direction at this time, but I would move to accept the report.
Councilman Grena.
I'd like to echo, I do appreciate all their work. Just for the citizens to know, the next step here would be to ask the staff to come up with wording for the ballot on any changes to the charter. Do we need to look at that? I mean, when do we have to have that done so we can get it on the next ballot?
Julie, you want to?
You'd have to call an election for the May 8th election date. It would have to be called by the first meeting in March.
Okay.
But you don't have to call for that election date. You can call it at any point in time as long as it's 2 years afterward, I believe.
Yeah, we have two election dates.
You could delay it till November or whatever.
Okay, well, I'm fine with just accepting it. I just didn't know if we needed to move forward to that. Thank you, Julie.
Councilman Watts?
I'll second the motion to accept the report.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Durham to accept the report as presented, and we have a second by Councilman Watts. Councilors? Councilman, y'all have anything?
Thank the commission.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And we will get back to staff if we want to set a election date, prepare for that. Is that good enough direction? All right. Reports. Bob? Chief? Chief? How's the light? Carol?
We're about 0.02
Still helping a little bit. Still hanging in there, aren't we?
You said 1 or 2 feet?
0.02.
Oh, 0.02 feet over conservation, okay.
Brent? Mr. Kumar? Backus? Councilman Durham?
Nothing is that, Mayor.
Councilman Grenner?
Nothing, sir.
Councilman Watts?
Just a word of thanks to everybody who's involved in putting on the Hearts and Roses Ball, formerly the daddy-daughter dance, but they're mothers and sons now, so it's has a new name. But I was there with my 5-year-old, and we'll be there with both of them next year. The little one is just not quite old enough to be there yet, but it was a great day. If you've not ever done that, totally encourage you to participate. Very good event, and job well done, everybody who had anything to do with that.
Thank you, sir. My daughter says she's too old to go, but she said that my 2-year-old grandbaby, her daughter, will go in a couple of years, so I'm looking forward to it. Mr. King.
I'd like to ask Gene Lewis to explain what this day in history, in 1975, Louisville history, meant to everybody. Was there anything that happened that you want to convey to us? Okay.
Gene, why don't you come on
I
up
think
to
the
the
key
podium.
thing was the traffic light was still working.
Come on up to the podium here, Gene. We might have some questions from you. We might accept questions from the audience even. We could just roast you tonight.
Go ahead.
You want to fill it in?
No, go ahead. You can.
What City Manager King is referring to, I mentioned it in workshop session, is this Thursday, our long-beloved, hard-working friend here, Mr. Gene Lewis, is going to retire this coming Thursday. Having a retirement celebration for him from 3 to 5 p.m. over at the City Hall Annex. Gene has been a mentor to many citizens here in this community, along with his fellow co-workers. And you've done a lot for this city. You meant a lot to the city. You've helped develop the city a lot over the years, and all the effort and time that you've put forth into your training and your education to make sure that what we do in this city is for the best of the overall city. And we appreciate that. We thank you very much for those years of service. Now, none of your co-workers would admit that, but I think they all agree with me. They just said your head gets real big sometimes when we hound you.
Well, it is a team effort, and Louisville has been extremely fortunate during my tenure here to have, starting with a great council and good mayors. Some have been a little better than others, but for the most part, we've had very good councils, very good mayors, very good planning and zoning commission members, and other board and commission members I've worked with. Our staff is very good. Claude is only the 4th city manager that I've worked with, but oddly enough, you're the 11th mayor I've worked with. I don't know what that says about the tenure and stability of the mayor and council, but our city manager's position has been very stable. And Louisville has a great team. You have a lot of people with the city of Louisville who have many years of service. As I indicated earlier, there are two that I know of who have more years of service, more time in than I do, and quite a few others who are in that 25 to 30 to almost 35-year range. So that says a lot about the city of Louisville. And it's a team effort all the way through, and I've been very glad to be a part of it.
Well, again, we say thank you for your 35 years of service, and you've been a good mentor to me, and I'll never forget the chauffeur story. When I came and asked you, I was a little nervous about starting. It's meant a lot over the years, and I always try to keep that in the back of my mind, so I appreciate that. I know everybody else has similar stories, and I'm sure we'll get to them at your retirement reception.
I can hardly wait.
Thank you, Gene.
Thank you.
Councilman Thornhill.
Thank you. As everybody knows, we went through a lot of really cold weather here recently in the teens, and I really want to thank the fire department for their efforts to get out there and check on our people that needed help and extending their hands out there for. It was a tremendously cold, I think, one of the coldest winters or seasons that we've had this past decade or so. So we appreciate your help. Thank you.
Councilman Tierney.
Yes, Mayor, I had the opportunity this weekend for the first time to go out to our dog park at our new park, Railroad Street Park, and had a great time. Me and Lexi just had a ball, and if you have a dog and you haven't been out to our dog park yet, do your dog a favor, take it out to the park. It's a blast. Thank you.
What about the skate park?
Yeah, I was skating while my dog was playing next door.
Yeah.
You and Rudy?
I tell you what, that skate park, every time I've been in there, it's been packed.
Yeah.
Bikes, too.
Yeah. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilor?
No, sir.
Julie? Okay, we're going to reconvene into executive session in accordance with Texas Government Code, Subchapter D, Section 551.072, Real Estate Property Acquisition, and Section 551.087, Economic Development, deliberating regarding economic development negotiations. We're now reconvening into executive session.
Today, you get that.
No.
For the person with the card. But I think it's expensive if you don't do it, and I'll see some things you're going to want to do.
I'm waiting on Kim. He'll be ready in just a minute. Give him 30 seconds. We got to get the recording stuff back up.
Jim? Jim? Are you there?
I think he's ready.
Are you ready?
Bueller.
Okay, here we go. Convene us back into regular session. Is there any action to be taken?
No, sir.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn by Councilman Watts, a second by Councilman Guerrero. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So, there you go. I got a call.